the epidemic had taken half of my company that was in fame. It was hard, it was painful. And we were having a table read in my house the day that Magic Johnson made his public statement to share with the world that he was challenged with HIV. We knew we had to do a story about it. We came up with a great story of a young girl who was infected by a football player, and we had to find this girl. And what happened? We auditioned everybody, and Jada Pinkett walked into the audition with a ray of sun following her, an energy, a vibrancy, a joy, a confidence that I'm attracted to. And she said right there, I'm the next Debbie Allen. So you gotta know I have loved her from the moment I laid eyes on her as if I birthed her myself. And so
you raised me in Hollywood. You did. You've been by my side all the way.
Yeah, baby. You've been climbing up that mountain. So I'm really, well, first of all, let me just say, we did the Today Show just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
But I feel like I gotta have LoJack on her shoes to keep up with her. Because I wake up this morning and find out there you were in Baltimore at the Baltimore School of the Arts at the library. At the Enoch Pratt Library.
Yes.
Look up and there was Jada, Willow, Trey, and Will Smith to support you. I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
You know, the family came out because it was Njames 70th birthday. Njames turned 70, and so the family was coming, and they wanted to come to the book talk. And I wasn't expecting anybody to come out on the stage, but that was lovely too.
It was so great. It was like the Avengers. Back up! I loved it. I really did. And you know what I really loved? I loved waking up to hearing this quote that Will Smith said, Jada Pinkett is the best friend I've ever had, and I will stand up for her the rest of my life. That's romantic.
That's how we do. We ride or die. We ride or die, no matter what.
I've always loved how you roll with your family.
Yeah.
You know, from the very beginning, you know, well, we have a lot to talk about. Let's just put it in some kind of perspective. Well, first of all, I am just really so proud of this book, Worthy. You all may not have read it yet, it just came out. I couldn't put it down, it's riveting. The people jump off the page. It's like being in a movie almost.
Yeah.
Because you get to know you, your friends, your family, your challenges, your successes, your pitfalls. And let's talk about how you organize the book, because the prologue starts in a place that kind of clears the canvas. The prologue starts with you thinking about driving off a cliff.
Yeah. I went through a really bad depression. We didn't talk about mental health. When I was 21, when I first had my first bout, I think it was like a nervous breakdown. Like just this overwhelming emotion came over me. My body started to shake. I couldn't control my feelings. And then all of these really dark thoughts just came crashing down on me all at one time. I had no idea what was happening to me. And I'll never forget calling my mother, and I said, Mom, you gotta get out here right now, I'm gonna kill myself. I think about that now, 21, like if Willow had called me with that kind of message, just how terrified I would be, And my mother was figuring it, she was like, let me get it together, let me get out there. And then I called my girlfriend, MC Light. I was like, you gotta get here right now. That's how afraid I was to be by myself. And then I called you. Once Gammy got out there, I called you. You helped me get to a doctor. And they got me stabilized. I was on Prozac and what have you. And I did a year where I was in therapy. And then Will came into my life. taking my Prozac.
Yeah, all right, okay. I'm sorry, they can't put that on the market, child.
Yes. I got off that medication and stopped doing my therapy because I really thought I was good. And then life just piled on. By the time I got to 40, I hit a wall. Because I had checked all the boxes. You know, I had a beautiful family, I had a successful husband, I had my own successful career, I had all the things, and I still wasn't happy. And I couldn't figure out why. I thought I was inherently broken. I was like, how could you be so unhappy and have this life? And I didn't understand, the people around me didn't understand, people knew I was really unhappy, but just, they were like, what is wrong with you? And I was just like, I'm done. I've had enough. I don't have the answers. I can't live in this pain anymore. And I just remember being on Mulholland, looking for cliffs, looking for a steep enough cliff that I could drive off of, because I was like, I don't want my kids to ever think I committed suicide. I want it to look like an accident.
Hey, Peaches, Clicko love you, girl.
Well, thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
Big Glizzy, Clicko Glizzy, he love you, baby.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
love you so much, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then I came up with a plan. I was like, Mulholland wasn't steep enough, and I remembered Big Sur. And I remember this narrow road that I took on Big Sur, and it gets foggy at night, and I was like, that's perfect. That's gonna be perfect. It's dangerous on that road, it gets foggy, I can just dip off that cliff, and I know I won't make it. So I decided to start the book there. Because, first of all, I wanted people to know that we're about to take a real journey. Right? And I wanted people to know, anybody who's been there or who is there, you're not alone. And just walk with me.
Thank you.
Walk with me. Walk with me. We're about to take a little journey of our healing. You know, it's not gonna be an easy one, but we can do it together. And along the way, just leaving little breadcrumbs of what I found, you know. Because there's so many people who suffer in that way. You know, who are ashamed. I had so much shame.
Baby,
Yeah, I had a lot of shame.
that just pains my heart that you went through all of that. And, you know, some of it you had to go through alone.
Yeah.
You can't share all that. Nobody can understand. And I think about, you know, the people we lost, you know, Twitch.
Yeah.
I don't know. We still don't know what happened.
Yeah. Well, you know, I gotta be honest with you. When I saw Twitch, when that happened, my heart was so sad because I got it.
Yeah.
People were like, he was just on Instagram, you know, 2 days ago dancing. And I'm like, yep, I know about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, this is the truth. No one ever knows what's going on inside of a person, and they don't even know what's going on inside of a relationship.
That's right.
You know, everybody wants to judge and talk shit. You know. I said it. That's what I said. Talk shit. And they don't really know.
Yeah.
And it's not for them to know. And people shouldn't be so quick to judge anything. That's what I think. You know, you, baby, you've taken a lot of bullets.
Yeah.
That you don't deserve. That's right. And you standing strong, you've never been more beautiful and poised and mature. And I know there's so much yet to come from you.
Yeah.
So much yet to come. So let me just talk a little more about your book, because you hit on something that I really like. In the book, it's divided into 4 different sections.
Right.
And each section has chapters, but after every chapter, you do a page that's like a little analysis of what you just went through,
Yeah.
or what the reader might perceive as what their connection might be with what they just read. And you also leave an idea of how they could process this.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about why was that important?
You know, because that's like my dream when I read a memoir. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I know you guys clean, but how? Like, I want to know the process. No, I want to get into the nitty gritty of it. Like, when you sitting at home and you really trying to get back out in them streets and cop something.
Yeah.
What's that process? Right? And so I was like, man, I just wanted to really take people with me, not even just through the story, but actually through the healing process of some things that I did actually to get through some tough moments, literally moments. When I'd have to sit down and write 10 things I'm grateful for.
Wow.
When I'd have to get up in the morning, that was the first thing I did. Like, we starting this day in gratitude.
Yes.
It's a practice.
Yes.
You know, healing is a practice. You don't just one day wake up and you okay.
That's right.
And you gotta keep putting in that practice to stay okay.
That's right. That's right.
Right? And so I wanted to share some of those practices, you know, that just keep me okay. Because I work at it every day. Every day.
God bless your heart. I love that. It takes a lot of courage to share this. You have to understand. It's not so easy. I've been trying to write my memoir for 2 years. I can't tell it, y'all. I can't do it. Y'all love me now, but y'all can come for me. Woo! Tell me how to do what? But I'm encouraged by your story to do mine. So it's really inspiring. It's inspiring.
You gotta hear the story, man. Come on, you gotta hear
I'll
it.
get that to you.
You've seen so much, been through so much.
Yeah. So listen, I want to talk a little bit about that first chapter, the first whole, not chapter, but the whole first section, which I love more than maybe any, because it told me more about you that I didn't know, that I thought I knew, but I didn't know.
Right.
You know, we meet your grandmother, Marion,
Yeah.
who was the center of your being, who took you into her garden.
Yeah.
Talk about Marion. Marion was West Indian. She
Yes,
was
she was
a Howard
Jamaican.
University graduate.
Yes, my grandma and my grandfather, they graduated from here. Gilbert Banfield, yep, and Marion, they graduated. Marion Martin, they graduated from Howard. They met here. And my grandmother was a really special woman. She was a woman before her time.
Yes, she was.
You know, and I didn't know that then because it was just, you know, it was just regular to me, you know. But my grandmother, like I had, she would have summer school for me. She believed that education was all year round. So even when I was out of school, summertime, she had a little program for me. She had the books that I had to read, my piano lessons, my tennis lessons, all of it. So she kept me busy. She always said, I want you to be well-rounded. I want you to be able to relate to anybody. And I want you to know a little bit of something about everything. And so that's how she raised me. And I went to the Ethical Society. And at the Ethical Society, she was, you know, while everybody else was at church,